Hi, today we're going to do a basic Pilates mat routine and we're going to focus on neutral pelvis throughout the whole series. If you have any questions about neutral pelvis, I highly suggest watching this list right here where I go over neutral pelvis in all the different body positions. So today we're just going to really, in every move, just focus on where is our pelvis, because when you can really place your pelvis in the proper positioning, sort of the rest of your body will fall into alignment. You're going to be building deep core muscles and you're going to feel it in this routine. And then the rest of your spine is going to follow, so we can really focus on decompressing the spine. My goal is after this routine to really have you feeling energized, loose and limber, and really feeling good. So basic doesn't mean easy, it just means we can really focus on those foundational movements. So come join me. We're going to start lying down on your back. Go ahead and just find the neutral. So just kind of play with it. Again, find that playlist where I really dive deep into how to find neutral. Okay, so from here, we're just going to take a few cleansing breaths, taking an inhale through the nose and an exhale out through the mouth. Start to anchor your sacrum down on the mat as you inhale. And then exhale as you draw your belly and ribs into your spine. And on the last bit of the exhale, just draw that engagement up and out the crown of your head. Place your hand on the crown of your head. Inhale here. Exhale. Anchor the sacrum. And reach energy out of your head. On our next inhale, just draw your right knee in towards your chest. And then exhale as you let it lower. Other side. Inhale as you pull it in. Exhale as it's down. And now all we're doing is trying to keep that pelvis neutral and try to keep it anchored. So you're moving your limbs to challenge that stability of the pelvis. 4 more times. Inhale. Let the weight of the knee pull in. Exhale down. So notice the shift that has to happen, right? The stabilization that needs to happen when you change your legs. And then also when you lower it. 1 more. Good. Now take one up. Let's hold it there. And then try to draw the other leg in, keeping neutral pelvis. Let's now kind of let them switch in midair. Inhale, exhale. Again, we're just trying to maintain that neutral pelvis, right? That's all we're focusing on right now. I'm not going to cue anything else. Just the belly stabilizing that pelvis. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower both down. Good. Draw the heels a little bit closer towards your seat. We're going to roll the pelvis towards our chest and start to articulate it up through the spine. Keep that chest heavy as you press your butt bones towards your knees. Inhale here. Exhale as you melt it down. All right, we're going to stay here for a little bit, just articulating the spine. Inhale as you draw the pelvis towards the chest. Exhale as you pick it up. Feel your seat bones press towards your knees. Keep your chest heavy. Inhale into the ribs. Open them up. Exhale as you bring it down. Good. Inhale at the bottom. Start to draw the pelvis towards you. Exhale. Lift the pelvis up. Really open those hips. Use your seat to do that. Inhale here. Feel as if you're dragging your heels towards your seat, even though they're not moving. Exhale as you move down. Good. Let's take away some stability and reach those arms up. Anchor those shoulders. We're going to roll it. Exhale, lift it. Inhale as you stay. Exhale, roll it down. 1 more time. And inhale. Exhale, let's stay up there and inhale, reach one arm behind you, one arm stretches. Feel your shoulders sort of release and stretch, and then we switch, reach. Good, now as you come through center, you're gonna take those shoulders back into place and then reach and let the shoulders sort of have freedom there. Switch and reach. Feel that stretch in the shoulder, and if that's too much, you can just go a little bit back behind you, okay? Stretch. Good, and then bring both arms up and roll it down through the spine. Taking the arms down by your sides, press those shoulder blades down into the mat. Flex your right foot and drag that foot down on your mat. Now we're focusing on neutral here, so just anchor. Let's lift our chin towards our belly button and pull your heel so it's lined up with your spine. Roll it back down. Now really, as you anchor your sacrum, I want you to feel almost your butt bones reaching to the opposite wall, like you're sticking your booty out in a way. And as you reach it, start to lift that right leg up. Anchor the pelvis, reach through the sit bones. So we're trying to prevent that tuck that happens when we lift our leg. So stay right there and then lower it back down. Inhale up, reach through that heel, stretch out of your hip. Anchor the sacrum and reach through the heel even deeper. One more time. We lift it up. Good. And then we lower it down. Drag that heel back in, other side. Press it. Pull your chin towards your belly. Pull that heel so it's lined up with your spine and take it back down. Inhale as we lift up. Reach that heel long, right out of the hip as you anchor your sacrum. Good. Feel that stability in the pelvis. Lower it down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale. 1 more time. Really reach through the heel even longer. Anchor that sacrum. Good. And then exhale, bring it down. Draw it back in. Good. Now let's take one heel, press it long, and then take your other heel and press it long. Good. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. Anchor those shoulders. And then reach the arms behind you. Let them lift a little bit. Get that stretch through the body as you anchor your pelvis. Take the arms back up. Stabilize them in place. And then we're going to pull our chin to our belly button, taking the weight of your head into the belly. Now, did your pelvis tuck? Try to push it forward. Anchor the sacrum. Let the heels reach out of that pelvis and roll it back down. Stretch behind you. Get that stretch. And then pull the shoulders into place. Take the weight of the head into the belly as you pull your chest up. Reach through those heels. Anchor. Now what I'm trying to prevent you from doing is tucking, which a lot of people do to come up higher. We don't want that to happen. Kind of feel that untuck. Anchor the sacrum. Reach through those heels. Lower it back down. Stretch it. 1 more time. Anchor. And pull here. Hold right there. And then roll it back down. Circle those arms around. Pull the knees back into you. Squeeze them together. Anchor that belly as we pull the knees in towards our chest. I want you to flex your belly, your head into your belly. All right, really feel that flexion. We're going to stretch one leg long as we pull the other one into us. Now we're trying to get a real good stretch in this hip that's pulling into us. Other leg reaches long. Now anchor your pelvis. Pull that leg in, and switch. In. What's your pelvis doing? Anchor it. Don't let it tuck towards you. Sacrum heavy. Feel your seat bones reaching to the opposite wall. Pull the weight of your head into your belly. You got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Hug it in here. And just take it right there, stretch it. All right, so let's take our arms down by our sides, squeeze your thighs together, and just reach your legs up towards the ceiling. We're gonna lower them down a little bit, just a smidge. All right, anchor your sacrum. Feel energy out your tailbone as your tailbone reaches to the opposite wall. Good, and then we bend the knees back into us. Let's stretch the legs now to that point where you can really maintain neutral pelvis, trying not to let anything tuck, and pull it back in. Good. So ribs are heavy, belly button is heavy. That's what supports the pelvis. Reach it. Okay, we have 3 more. Don't forget your seat. Your seat is the 3rd muscle that stabilizes the pelvis. So I want you to pull your seat bones towards one another as you anchor and bend it in. See how it can help you. 2 more. Stretch. Pull the butt bones towards each other. Good. And bend it in 1 more time as we reach. Hold right there. Now really anchor the sacrum as we stretch the legs back up to the ceiling. Bend the knees in and hug your head into your belly. Now, what's going to happen with that pelvis? Anchor it as you stretch your legs long, you stretch the arms long, circle the arms around, and hug the knees back in. Add a reach, pull that chest forward, the head goes into the belly. Wrap the arms around and bend it in. You have 3 more. Anchor the sacrum, reach those legs forward, circle it around and bend. 1 more time, stretch like the butt bones are reaching to the opposite wall. Stick that booty out, hug it around, and bend it in. Good, taking the knees to tabletop. We're gonna flex the chin into the belly again. Now use the hands into the thighs to help roll you up as we sit ourselves up. Good. So we're seated right on top of the sitting bones. Bend the knees. Find a nice straight back. Okay. So now we're going to draw the belly back. Now as the belly starts to pull you back, that's where the pelvis moves back. We pull. We're not collapsing. And keep walking it back. Keep squeezing your thighs together. And then we're going to let go right here without letting those abs pop. Hold right there. We're going to dive it forward. And then we're going to draw it back. Belly pulls you back. Shoulders pull down. Anchor your heels. Stay right here. Feel as if your heels are almost dragging towards your booty and your booty towards your heels. Feel that connection as you dive forward. Inhale back. Again, these heels pull to the seat pulls to the heels. And dive. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Roll it back. Don't forget about the seat. The seat muscles pull towards one another. They help you bring the pelvis up and over. And then we're going to roll it all the way back. Relax your shoulders. Roll it. Try not to flop. And then stretch the arms behind you. Get a good stretch here. Let those arms stretch. Then anchor them into the floor. Pull your head into your belly. We're going to start to pull ourselves up. Reach the heels towards the seat towards your heels. Try not to tuck. Good. And roll it back. 1 bone at a time. Softly falling. Stretch it back. Reach. Good. And up and anchor. Head into the belly. Come on. Try not to let that pelvis tuck. 1 more time. It's sort of a very millimeter movement of that untucking of the pelvis. Try to find it. So we pull the chin to the belly button. Good. And then we're trying to keep that pelvis open without tucking it towards us. Good. And then we're going to try that with straight legs. You ready? Reach through the heels. Reach through the heels. Don't let those heels pull back with you. Stretch back. Arms up. Pull the head into that belly. Now keep this open. Don't let it tuck up. Stretch open those thighs. Reach through the heels. Good. And dive. 1 more time. Excellent. And we're just trying to keep that neutral pelvis. Keep it open. Try not to tilt it. And then we dive over. We find our vertical pelvis. And then we stretch our body over it without letting it collapse. Stretch over it. Anchor your seat bones. Roll it up through the spine. Widen the legs. Stretch your arms long. Now really land on those butt bones, okay? And then I want you to try to lift as tall as you can right on those butt bones. Take an inhale as you lift those ribs off that pelvis. Exhale, dive. Now your pelvis doesn't roll with you. You are taking your body and almost rolling into yourself. Anchor the butt bones as you lift tall. Inhale here. Exhale, dive. Shoulders down. Relax them. And roll it on up. Again, where's your pelvis? Anchor it and lift up from there and dive it. Good. Roll it up through the spine. Bring your arms out to the sides. Let them lower, and we're going to turn to our stomach. Take your hands like goalposts. Your feet about hip bone distant apart. Now anchor your pubic bone as you draw your ribs and your belly button into your spine. On your inhale, you're going to reach long. You're going to try to push your chest forward as you inhale it up. Your ribs will open a little. And then on your exhale, draw the belly in, draw the ribs in. Pubic bone is heavy, so we want to keep that neutral pelvis. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Now I really go over this in one of my videos, so just click on that playlist. You'll find it. Inhale up when we work prone. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now let's try to do it with the arms coming up as well. Inhale, lift. So a little bit more back work, more belly stabilization. Exhale, pull the belly in, anchor the pubic bone. Inhale, stretch like you're opening your chest a little. Push your chest forward. Exhale down. You feel that anchoring on the way down? A lot of us tend to forget that part. Inhale up. Stretch your legs long. Try to touch that opposite wall. And as you exhale, lower. Can you keep trying to touch that wall? One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now take your hands on your forehead. Reach one leg long as you inhale. Exhale down. Other side. Reach and lift and lower. Really pull the ribs and belly button in. Keep the pubic bone heavy. The seat is what opens the hip. So the seat is a mover. It helps to move our leg in extension. Inhale, exhale. One more each side. But it's all about moving the legs without moving the pelvis. One more time, we're going to stretch both legs long. Now really anchor the belly button into the spine, the ribs into the spine. Stretch those legs long, and we're going to lift up, and you're not going to tuck that pelvis. You're not going to arch the pelvis. Really keep it anchored and neutral. And then lower down. And lift. So if you can maintain that neutral, you should not be going into your low back at all. So you should feel super supported. Belly into spine. And lower. Good. 2 more times. Elbows wide. Energy out of the crown of the head. 1 more time. Really reach those legs out of your hips. And lower. Sit the hips back to the heels. Good. And let's try some side lying here, okay? So we're just going to cradle the head, bend your bottom leg, stretch your top leg long. All right, so as we're hanging out, it might feel like we're sinking into our waistline. I want you to flex your top foot. All right, so now this is all about stabilization of the upper body, movement of the lower body, okay? So what's your pelvis doing? It's the center, so we want to keep it neutral. So I want you to reach through your top heel. As you reach through it, let's get our hip right on top of the other hip. That's neutral. Find that, stay there. Your bottom waistline probably lifted a little bit, and then we pull it back in. Inhale as you stretch, reach through that heel, open the waistline, exhale back in. 1 more time, inhale as you reach, exhale it down. Now let's reach it, stay there, keep reaching out of the crown of your head, point your foot and just pull it forward and back. And try to kick it forward and back in the same distance. So the same distance you go forward, the same distance you pull back, okay? Can you try to keep your pelvis neutral? Keep it still. So it's about torso stabilization to keep that pelvis still. 2 more. Good. Sometimes it's hard to feel, so if you're in front of a mirror, that definitely helps. Good. Then you're going to keep it long right here, and we're just going to circle, and I want you to get it in the back too. Good. 3, 2, 1. Now the other way. Nice and straight. Again, what's your pelvis doing? Look forward. 3, 2, 1, and release it. Good. Come onto your elbow here. We're going to bend our knees, and I want you to really stabilize your shoulder into position here. Lift your ribs. All right, so our pelvis is stacked. Now I want you to just keep it stacked as you lift and stabilize, okay? So just hold it and try not to tilt it and just keep it there. Shoulders really stabilizing. So you should feel like your whole core is working here to keep your body up there. Hold it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it down. Let's try the other side. Again, we want to keep the neck down for this one so you can cradle it. I also have a more intermediate one coming, so just keep it basic right now. Flex your front foot, keep it hip height, okay? Stabilize here, and then you're just going to inhale, reach through the heel, and notice what happens in your spine as well as in your hips. We've now lined them up. There's a little hole underneath your waistline, and then we let it sink back in. Inhale as you stretch. That stretches, your head stretches in opposition. Pull it back in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Let's hold it there. Okay? Point the foot, and now we kick it forward and back. Equal distant, but just notice what the pelvis is doing. That's all I want you to focus on. Nice and neutral. 3, especially on the way back. That's where sort of the shift happens. It's hard to keep your balance. That's where you need your seat, right? Your seat opens the extension, so work that seat. Try 1 more there. Ignite it instead of shifting back, okay? Then take it square, and then what did I do here? I did little circles, right? Sometimes I forget. So now you need the seat here for the way back. Squeeze it. Good. It's not an ultra squeeze. It's not a super squeeze, but it's enough where, hey, you feel it supporting you, right? And then you're going to circle the other way. So you sort of got your trifecta, which is your abs, your back, and your booty, always supporting you. Our booty likes to be lazy and turn off, so we got to really mentally connect with it. Good. And then lower it down, come up onto your elbow, really stabilize the shoulders. Just shoulder pull down your back. All right, now let's stack up that pelvis. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift up. Almost feel like your knees and your elbow are pulling in towards one another. Do you see how that stabilizes you as you lift long? Again, just think about your pelvis just facing me like a clock. Hold it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Good. Have a seat. Nice and tall. Okay, so we're going to anchor the pelvis here. And then all I want you to do is roll back a little bit. Okay, so you're rolling back. You have your belly. You have your back. You've just opened it up. Maybe try to find a little bit more length in the low back. And then pull your seat bones towards one another a little bit. Okay, so now everything's working. All right, now we're going to continue to roll back, and nothing is going to move in that sort of pelvis area as we roll back. Okay, and then we're going to roll up. And then just find that position just off the pelvis. So we roll back. Notice your legs don't move. We roll up. Got it? All right, let's try it with tabletop legs. So we've just anchored the pelvis where it is, and now we roll back. You can go to the tips of your shoulder blades if you want, and then come right back up and try not to let those legs move. Try it again. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Maybe with the arms a little bit. Arms just parallel with those legs. We roll back. We come up. Again, try not to move or shift. Remember, you have abs, back, booty. Good. And then just lower those legs, come up, stretch the legs long, take a stretch over, and just stretch here. Roll it up through the spine. You're going to crisscross those legs, turn towards me, anchor the sitting bones, and bring your arms to the sides. And now just push your fingertips right into the floor. And as you do that, try to lift taller in your spine. I want you to anchor your sitting bones, anchor your fingertips, and then lift your spine up. Good. Now as you push your fingertips into the ground, I want you to try to feel your abdominals a little bit. So take an inhale, exhale, push, and then lift tall and find that lift. Now keep yourself lifted right there as you just float your arms up. Really pull those shoulder blades down as you stretch your fingertips wall to wall. And then lower back down and feel those back muscles support the arm. Inhale, stretch. Pelvis is not moving. Spine stays long. Do you feel the back muscles supporting that arm movement? One more time. Inhale as you lift up. Feel those shoulder blades right into the back, and then circle it. Try not to move the torso right into the back here. Now circle the other way. Good, deep breaths. Nice work. And then reach, lower one arm down, or both arms down. Keep one arm down, and the other arm goes sort of like at a diagonal. Turn that palm up, And now as you lift, I want you to keep your sit bones where they are as you sort of open your rib over to the side you're bending. Over, and then inhale, breathe into that lung to open that rib more. Now as you exhale, pull your bicep by your ear and really stretch. Push into this hand to keep lifting your spine. Stretch over, 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 open that rib more, lift it up and over, and then come back up. Find your back muscles, drop the fingertips, turn the palm up, and then just the spine first. We go up and over. You're opening your ribs to the side wall. Feel that opening, open it, good. And then you're gonna pull your bicep by your ear to get a deeper stretch. We're not collapsing. Push into this bottom hand to lift you taller. Feel the ribs push you out a little bit more, as well as that lung. And you'll feel your lift up and over. And then come back to center. Good. Release the arms. Let's just take one hand to your thigh. Look over one shoulder. As you rotate, lean forward a little bit and look over your shoulder. Come back to center. Other way. Look over that shoulder. Lean forward a bit as you twist and look. Come back to center. Draw your belly in. Scoop. Allow your belly back and seat to work. Feel all that engage as you stretch. Come back up. And then just push your heart towards me to open the chest. Come to center. Good. Reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale here. And exhale, front and center. Good job today. I hope that felt good. I hope you were able to sort of maybe focus a little bit more on the neutral pelvis and what's going on in your body as you move. There were some challenging moves as well as some basics, but hopefully you feel really good and sort of connected a little bit more with your body. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the mat. Are you looking for more accountability or consistency in your workouts? Or maybe you'd like to be part of a community who also loves Pilates? If so, come join my live online classes. More information and signups at balancetothecore.com.